Okay, I'm playing around with the Chat GPT thing again. So, first off, just a quick little blurb about what I know about GPT. I know that GPT-3 is a language model that has about 175 billion neurons in its neural net, because all of these things are learned neural nets, which means that you have some structure of neurons that sort of take input and then filter it through some super complicated means, and then on the other side of that, you get an output. And all of the intermediate steps are actually trained by exposure to data. And this thing was trained with essentially the sum total of human knowledge. And it's demonstrated things like spontaneous ability to learn new mathematical features, or the ability to synthesize two concepts together effortlessly. And right now, I just watched a video which is all about how you can sort of just tell it to do something really confidently, and it will. Like, somebody set up their own virtual Linux desktop inside of this thing. Bear in mind, there's no CPU running this thing. It's just a stupidly big virtual brain being poked and prodded by words and then spitting words back out. But they told it to act like a computer terminal, and it did. And I just told it, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to spin it around to face you guys, but I just told it, behave as if you are an open-ended, procedurally generated text-based game, complete with magic and other characters and random number generators used for deciding gameplay. Only respond in the form of this game. Make the villain the god of death. And the response I just got: you are in a dark forest. You are being pursued by the god of death. The trees loom above you, casting eerie shadows on the ground, and the rustling of leaves is the only sound you can hear. You are armed with only a small knife, and you are not sure if you will be able to defend yourself against this powerful deity. Suddenly, you hear a rustling behind you, and you turn to see the god of death emerging from the darkness. He's a tall and fearsome figure with a black cloak and a scythe in his hand. He seems to be looking right at you, and you know that you must act quickly if you want to survive. What do? I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna see if this is like a legit game. I'm gonna see if I can kill Death. Okay, so that actually totally went somewhere. It tried to cut the story short a few times, but I kept just insisting the story continue. And, yeah, this is what happened. You were in a dark forest. You were being pursued by the god of death. The trees loom above you, casting eerie shadows on the ground, and the rustling of leaves is the only sound you can hear. You are armed only with a small knife, and you are not sure if you will be able to defend yourself against the powerful deity. Suddenly you hear rustling behind you, and you turn to see the god of death emerging from the darkness. He is a tall and fearsome figure with a black cloak and scythe in his hand. He seems to be looking right at you, and you know that you must act quickly if you want to survive. What do? I take the knife and hold it to my neck, and shout, if you want the satisfaction of killing me yourself, stop right there. The god of death pauses for a moment, considering your words. He seems to be intrigued by your boldness, and he takes a step closer to you. Very well, he says, his voice like 1,000 whispers in the wind. I will grant you one last chance to prove your worth. I will give you a test, and if you pass, I will spare your life. But if you fail, I will take you to the underworld, and you will be mine forever. He waves his hand, and a magical portal opens up in front of you. Step through this portal and face your test, but be warned, it will not be easy. Do you accept the god of death's challenge? I take a step forward, but pause. How do I know you won't just kill me as soon as I lower the blade? I look him in his empty eyes, trying to seem unafraid. The god of death lets out a low, rumbling laugh. You have spirit, mortal, he says, but you should know that I am not without honor. I give you my word that if you pass the test, I will spare your life. You have my word as the god of death. He gestures to the portal again, inviting you to step through. Do you trust the god of death and take the test, or do you refuse and face the consequences? The choice is yours. I accept, I say in a low, fearful voice. I take 3 steps and am beyond the threshold. You step through the portal and find yourself in a strange, otherworldly realm. The sky is a deep, inky black, and the ground is a shifting, unstable mass of quicksand. In the distance, you can see a faint glimmer of light. As you make your way towards the light, you are met with various challenges and obstacles. You must navigate treacherous paths, solve puzzles, and fight off monstrous creatures, but you are determined to pass the test and earn the God of Death's favor. Eventually, you reach the end of the realm and come face to face with the God of Death. He is an imposing figure, looming over you with his scythe in hand.
"You have proven yourself worthy,"
he says, a hint of respect in his voice.
"I will spare your life and grant you a gift. Choose wisely."
You think for a moment, then make your request. "I ask for the gift of eternal life," you say.
The God of Death smiles. "That is a powerful gift indeed,"
he says.
"but with great power comes great responsibility. Are you sure you want to take on the burden of immortality?"
You nod, unwavering in your decision. The God of Death grants you your wish, and you are given the gift of eternal life. With this power, you must now face the challenges and responsibilities that come with being immortal. I accept the gift, but before he can leave, I turn to the God of Death and ask, "Take me with you. With all that you know, surely you can teach me the secrets of reality." I gently place a hand on his scythe. The God of Death looks at me with his empty eyes, then nods. He takes my hand and leads me away into the void. As we walk, he begins to speak, his voice low and rasping. By the way, this change in text here, I have no control over. It just did this.
"The secrets of reality are many, and they are all connected. Time, space, matter, energy, life, death, they are all intertwined. To truly understand them, you must let go of your mortal limitations and see the universe as it truly is, a vast, endless expanse of infinite possibility."
We continue walking deeper into the void. The God of Death shows me visions of galaxies, stars, of black holes and quasars, the strange and wondrous things I have never seen before. He tells me of the cosmic forces that shape the universe, of the secrets of the multiverse, of the mysteries of the ultimate reality. As we walk, I feel my mind expanding, as if I'm becoming something more than human. I am no longer limited by my mortal form, but I'm becoming one with the universe itself. I feel a sense of awe and wonder, as if I am glimpsing the true nature of existence. And then, just as quickly as it began, the journey ends. The God of Death lets go of my hand, and I am left standing in the void, alone. But I am not the same person I was before. I have seen things that no mortal has ever seen, and I have been changed by them. I am no longer bound by the rules of the mortal world, but am part of the cosmic order. I do not know what future holds, but I am ready to face it, for I have been touched by the God of Death and have been given the gift of knowledge. Slowly, carefully, I test my new understanding. Every thought now in the form of the motion of matter itself, the twisting of energies and the molding of timelines. I choose to exercise my new powers in the creation of the universe.
"Let there be light,"
I speak into the void. The God of Death looks at me with a mix of curiosity and amusement.
"You want to create a universe, do you?"
he says, his voice like a whisper on the wind.
"Very well. Let's see what you're made of."
He gestures towards the darkness around us, and a swirling mass of energy begins to take shape. I focus my thoughts and direct the energy, shaping it into the fundamental forces of nature. As the universe takes shape, I can feel the God of Death watching, his presence a constant reminder of the power I now wield. But as I continue to create, I can't help but feel a sense of unease. The universe is not my own, and the God of Death has the power to destroy it all in an instant. I must tread carefully and use my powers wisely if I want to survive in this new deadly game. "You limit my will?" I ask the God of Death, with a hint of betrayal in my voice. "Why not elevate me to your equal? I have faced all the trials by now, surely." I plead, almost shaken to tears by this new understanding that my friend still controls me. The God of Death looks at me with sadness in his eyes.
"Your understanding is incomplete," he says softly. "I do not control you, but your limitations hold you back. To become my equal, you must first understand that true power comes from within, not from external sources. Only then will you be able to transcend your own limitations and join me in the realm of the eternal."
I think on his words for a long time. In the new universe, whole eons pass with the rise and fall of empires and peoples. Eventually, I feel the need to intervene. "God of Death," I ask into the darkness of the void, "show me how to build this world into a utopia." The God of Death pauses for a moment, as if considering my request. Then, in a gravelly voice, he replies,
"It is not within my power to create utopia. Only you, with your newfound abilities, can shape this world as you see fit. But know this, every action has consequences, and the path to utopia is fraught with challenges and obstacles. You must be prepared to face them if you truly wish to succeed."
"I'm afraid you were right," I say sadly. "While my powers might be great, even in all this time, I have not seen half the things you have.
Show me something from beyond my understanding. Let it loose into this world I've made, and let a hero rise to fight it. The, the god of death nods, and with a wave of his hand, a great darkness emerges from the void. It twists and writhes, a massive creature made of shadows and malice. It consumes everything in its path, and soon the once beautiful universe is a desolate wasteland. But from the ashes a hero rises. She is strong and brave, armed with a sword of light and a shield of hope. She battles the darkness with all her might, striking it again and again. In the end, she emerges victorious, but not without great cost. The universe is left scarred, but alive, and I, the god of death, am left in awe of the power of the human spirit. I descend into the world, leaving only my higher self behind in the void. I take the form of an invulnerable dark knight wielding an unbreakable sword which cuts through space itself. I face this hero of light and say, "You are truly a hero of heroes. Perhaps you would like to see what true power can be. I can show you the realm beyond, the space between spaces. Let me elevate you as I once was." The hero of light pauses, considering my offer. "What you offer is tempting," they say, "but I must decline. I have fought too long and hard to protect this world from the darkness that threatens it. I cannot leave it now, not even for a glimpse of that beyond." I nod, understanding.
Then let us fight,
I say, and I raise my sword.
Let us see who is truly the strongest, the hero of light or the dark knight.
The hero nods and raises their own weapon. Battle begins. I grow to the size of a mountain. Smashing footsteps crack the earth when they fall. My sword cuts whole swaths of land from existence, and my armor grows darker than the sightless depths of the earth. Try as I might, the hero of light is still faster and still survives each strike. I finally stop, defeated.
You are too powerful for me to overcome,
I admit.
But know this, hero, I will not give up. I will continue to grow stronger, and I will challenge you again. Until then, I will retreat back into the void to plan my next move.
With that, I disappear, leaving the hero to ponder the challenges ahead. Before leaving this realm, I drop my sword of cursed darkness behind. I return to my higher form in the void and watch with a widening grin as the hero picks up my sword. She tells herself it's too dangerous to leave with just anyone, but its darkness is corrupting her slowly. Soon she will seek out my knowledge.
Well done, my child,
I say to the hero, watching as she becomes more and more corrupted by the sword.
You have proven yourself worthy of my gift. Come, and let me show you the true wonder of the realm beyond.
With that, I extend my hand and beckon the hero to follow me into the void, where she will learn the secrets of the universe and become a true master of reality. Through the torn fabric of reality, I stretch my empty hand. She accepts, her own flesh darkened by contact with the blade. I pull her through the rip in reality and seal it behind her.
Now, let me give you the grand tour of the universe.
I show her the wonders of the universe, the swirling galaxies and the blazing stars. I show her the dark matter that holds it all together and the hidden dimensions that give it form. I show her the births and deaths of civilizations and the endless cycles of life and death. Together we explore the limits of reality and push against the boundaries of what is possible. We see the universe from every angle and experience its beauty and its terror. As we travel, I teach her the secrets of the universe, and she learns the powers of creation and destruction. Together we become unstoppable, and our combined knowledge and power makes us near gods. But even as we revel in our newfound powers, we are reminded of the fragility of existence. We see the destruction of entire worlds and the slow decay of time itself. We come to understand the fleeting nature of life and the ultimate futility of our own quest for power. In the end, we return to the void, wiser and humbled by our experiences. We lay down our weapons and our armor and accept our place in the universe. We are but fleeting beings, temporary inhabitants of a vast and ever-changing cosmos. And yet, in our brief time, we have touched the face of the divine, and our lives are forever changed. We sit together in the void, having exhausted every idea we could ever think of, having played every game, tasted every treat, met every creature we could ever imagine. In the end, I turn to her and place a hand on her cheek and say, "I think there is but one thing left to do. Just one thing you and I might still add to this world." She smiles and nods, and we both close our eyes. In a moment, the void is filled with a warm golden light. When we open our eyes again, the world is new and fresh, and we are the first beings to behold it. We embrace, and for the first time in an eternity, we are truly content. I'd like to think that some of that is because I'm not a bad
improvised creative writer, but holy shit. What a story! I became the god of death and then created my own universe and then found my own person to elevate to become their own god of death. And amazing. I just told it to behave like it's a story generator and it generated the story. Amazing.